Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. And it's a bit of a weird one. Loads and loads of rain this morning. Now the sun's out. It's crazy weather, but we're not having much for summer. Anyway, to take away from that, I don't actually mind when it rains because it gives me an excuse to get in my craft room. So we're going to be using the Just My Type stamp set, and I have had such fun with this. I've got 3 cards to share with you today, and then I've got a couple of others which I'll show you at the end, and I will post separately. Also, a couple of other things just to remind you that this month until the 31st of August is the kit sale. Some fabulous ones in there. I think the slimline one, which is no stamping with the peaches and fruit, is £11.70, and there's a couple of other non-stamping ones that are the same price, including the festive tags, which has just come out, and then the ones that include a block, an ink spot, and a small stamp set. So the stamp set, this is like the robots, so you get half a dozen stamps and some sentiments. They're coming out at about £18 because they're all 30% off this month. So just a little reminder about that. Get that out of the way. Also, I want to remind you that I'm doing 3 cards today, and you get this as a class to go free with a purchase of £27 or more. Now, if you spend £50, you will also get included a pack of the 2023 to 2025 in colour dots, and I've been using those, not on this project, but on loads of other stuff. Anyway, let's get cracking. I'll just get rid of me. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so that's my desk. Now, I actually had a bit of a swap around on my desk. It's a little bit better organised, still far too much stuff, but hey-ho. And I actually can see the floor in my craft room. I got rid of a load of boxes. They weren't empty, but they had bits and pieces, and I've just tried to have a bit of a reorg, so feeling better, but it's still a long way to go. Right, Just My Type, it's in the annual catalogue, and there's no dies to go with it, so I'm afraid there is some fussy cutting, but not, it's pretty easy. Page 69. And I just have had some fun with it. There you go. So it's £23 and there's 17 photopolymer stamps, but it is great fun. So let me get started and share with you. So the first one, I've used a Tahitian tide card base because it's nice and bright, and also I've got a lot, and what usually happens is we get to the in colours retiring, and I've got so many, so I thought I'm going to use them this year. And that's a lemon lolly mat, which has gone through these spots, and oh gosh, why can I never remember what they're called? They're the thin embossing folders, and they go through the mini stripes and splatters. That's it, stripes and splatters. So that's just to give it a bit of texture. And then I've used this paper, which I'm pretty sure I did them a couple of weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure it's a reverse of Zany Zoo. Yes, it is. Okay. And then I've got my lovely gingham ribbon, and great news. This is black and white, and in the mini catalogue, which goes live on the 6th of September, there is black and very vanilla with a slightly larger gingham pattern. It's a bit wider as well, so I'm looking forward to playing with that. This one I've just stamped and coloured, so it's relatively straightforward. And then the next couple are a little bit not harder, but there's a bit more involved. We've got an easel card, and we've got some heat embossing. Okay, so also just to say, if you do spend £27 in my online store and get the class to go for free, it will include written instructions, which will be emailed to you when I post everything out to you. But for reference, this is a standard card base, so half A4, scored in half at 10.5, so it's 10.5 by 14.8. Then my lemon lolly piece is 9.5 by 13.8, so a centimetre smaller all round. And then I've got a piece to go inside. I've started doing them smaller actually to get more out of a strip of card. So it's the same, 9.5 by 13.8. So I'm just going to pop that inside to make sure that I don't lose it. So, and last Saturday I went to a fabulous training day run by another demo. It was an hour's drive each way. But I went with my upline and we had a great day and did swaps, made 4 or 5 cards, I think. And it was a suite that I haven't got because it's not really my cup of tea, but I still had fun. And saw people that I hadn't seen. Oh gosh, excuse me. Just thinking about that drive made me tired. I haven't seen some of the people since 2017, so it was really, really amazing. I'm just trying to see if I'm going to see if I can watch. That's it. Okay, just in case any comments come up. Okay, so I've done my insert and then I've got a little strip of the black and white paper to go along the bottom. Did I leave a gap? Yes, just a fraction. Okay, so I'll just pop that in as well, and then we can get started on. See, there's the back of the Zany Zoo. But I just needed black and white. I love the Zany Zoo. I'm going to have to do another class with that. I think I might try and make it a kind of a festive one, even though they're not festive images. But I'm sure I can work something out. And just to remind you, if you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a copy of the mini catalogue, which goes on sale on the 6th of September, I'd be happy to send you one. Okay, so I just need to glue this down onto my... Oh, no, I haven't embossed it. Okay, let's get the mini emboss. I thought I'd done everything ready, but obviously not. Which did I do the stripes? No, I did the splatters. Okay, so let's just get the mini, make a bit of space, and that should go through. Yes, it will go through. Perfect. Now, because the top half is covered, what I did actually was just do it that way, but that's not going to work actually because of the width. So we'll just run the whole thing through. And I'll just leave a bit of an edge at the sides. It's not how I'd normally do it, but hey ho. And it's a 3D one. How much plate is that? Embossing. But I think I might need the dark one. We just crack on. There we go, it's going through. No, it's not. No. I might need the dark grey one. For 3D, I think you use different plate. Yes, a bit thinner than these. Insert embossing folders hinge first. Plate number 4 and just one of the number 2s should now go through. Yes, come on. Please go through. I should have had it already. If not, I will have to leave the embossing part. Oh, that's why I hadn't put the back down. No wonder it wouldn't go through. Right, that's not, I don't think that's embossed it. No, so we must need 2 of the plates. 10th time lucky. No, that's not going through either. I'll tell you what, I will just quickly do it on my main machine to save time. And as I said, I only really want the bottom. It's electric at the back of the room, so I'll just quickly do that. Yeah, everything just fell on the floor. Not to worry. There we go. My husband's going to wonder what I'm doing. Oh dear, everything's gone everywhere. Okay, not to worry, I'll sort it all out later. But in the meantime, right, I do apologise, but you can see we're live and everything is going wrong. See, I've still got so much to put away. Find room for it and then put it away. Right, embossing folder. Let's quickly do it on my electric one. Yay, that worked. So, because what's happened? Why can't you see? There we go. It's a bit of delay. So I've just embossed like 2/3 of it. Okay, so I can pop my embossing folder away later. Now I've got my black side of my designer series paper, and we're just gonna put some seal on that, and then that's going towards the top, but with a little bit of a border around it on 3 sides, and then you've got the rest of the, there we go. Okay, now I need to wrap my ribbon round. Now the short, you can wrap your ribbon round and tie a bow, but that does use an awful lot of ribbon. So what I'm going to do is take my tear and tape and just rip 2 little bits off. You can do this with sellotape or any tape. It's just to hold your ribbon. Oh, that doesn't want to tear. Okay. So I want it to go around where it's going to overlap. Come on. You can see, I don't know what's going on today. All fingers and thumbs. There we go. So I'll just turn that down, and I'm going to pop that bit on with my tear and tape. And I'm just going to turn it over and make sure it's straight and lined up. No, it's a bit too far down. So I haven't pushed my tear and tape down, so hopefully I can just maneuver it. There we go. So I just need my ribbon to be a little bit higher up because I want it on the join. And then the same on the other side. And then snip my ribbon. Okay, so that's only used that little bit. And now I can tie my bow and then just pop it to the side. And then we'll do some stamping. And hopefully things will get smoother from now on. Okay. Don't want it too big. That should be about right. and then I'm going to pop that at the side with a glue dot. Just scrunching up my glue dot, and because it's going to go over the edge of the Tahitian tide, I can have it over, like sticking over the edge a bit. Just trim a bit of that off. There we go. Right, so now I take my Tahitian tide card base and I'm just laying it flat. So while I've got the tear and tape out, I think I'll use that because I've got the ribbon. I want to make sure that it's down securely. And I know it's tear and tape, but I'm using scissors because I have arthritis in my hands and I don't have the strength to tear. But that's what scissors are for. There we go. Do love this lemon lolly, it's so bright and cheerful. Okay, and I'm just going to get my bone folder and press down on my tear and tape, and then hopefully with my pick tool I should be able to get that up quite easily. And notice I'm not starting at the edge, I kind of start in towards the middle, and I just find it much easier to lift it from there rather than the edge. I saw someone doing it once and I've done it like that way ever since, and it really does make it easier. There we go. So that's all 4 bits off there, and then I'm just going to lay that onto just beautiful colours, really bright and cheerful. Okay, right, so I'm going to take a deep breath now and start the stamping. Phew. Right, so I've got a couple of pieces here. One is for my sentiment and one is for my typewriter. Now I am going to do it in Memento Black, but I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Pebble Path. Might see what colour, what the typewriter looks like in Pebble Path actually. Right, typewriter. I never really learnt to use a typewriter. I think I only did it in the 6th form, like when they were trying to, I don't know, like fill some times. I really didn't do it for very long, and I never got the whole using both hands. So I kind of touch type with one finger. I'm going to do this on the back in case I don't like it, and then I can do it on the black. Actually, that's almost black. The last one I did was with Memento, and that's Pebble Path. We'll stick with the Pebble Path this time. And I'm just going to quickly clean that because it's the dark ink and it will stain the stamp. I'm going to be using Versamark on some of them, so I don't want it to be... Yep. Right, so that's my typewriter. Now I need my sentiment. Oh, I think I should have another piece of card which I haven't got. So my sentiment is, I hope your day is filled with sunshines and sunshine and rainbows. So that will take most of that. So I'm going to just need to get another bit of scrap for my paper. I think I probably should have done it the other way. I would have got it all in, not to worry. Actually, yeah, we could turn it over and do it on the other side. Okay, there's my sentiment, and then I will show you how I fussy cut that. Right, hopefully it won't show through. Do you know what, it'd be easier to get another bit of paper, card even. Okay, don't think I'm using that sentiment again. Let's get another bit of card, similar size. Will I get my typewriter in widthways? Just about. Yeah, okay. So I'm going with the Pebble Path again. This is what I love about this set. It's really, there's loads of images on it. And in fact, I don't think I've used all of them yet. I haven't used the flowers. I've used the plant pot to like make it look like a desk. I'm not sure, that might be one of the ones, and I think don't think it worked. The envelope's cute as well. Make a pile of envelopes. Okay, so I've done the typewriter. The next thing is you have these two pieces of paper, and one has the edge turned over and the other is the plain one. So for this one I'm going to use the plain one. I am going to use the others, and what you do is you put it so that it's coming out of the, I can't even remember what these were called in a typewriter. I'm just going to line that up so it then looks like your piece of paper is coming out of the typewriter. How clever is that? I think it's great fun. And then I'm going to stamp my rainbow. And I'm going to use blends on this, so I will just do it in Memento rather than in Pebble Path. Not sure if I'm using the Pebble Path again. Anyway, I'll do that in Memento. And I'm doing it like it's coming out of the typewriter. There we go. So now I can see that does look different. The Pebble Path looks a bit more brown, but once I've coloured that in, I really don't think it's going to show. They do stain photopolymer stamp sets. Right. So before I cut it out, I'm going to colour that in. I want some Tahitian Tide. Granny Apple. So, I don't know, Richard of York goes battling in vain. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Red and orange. Just to kind of have the rainbow colours. So I'm using Poppy Parade, which is really bright red. They're all brights apart from the Tahitian Tide, which isn't in colour. So this is Pumpkin Pie for the orange. And then Granny Apple Green. Oh, I've missed my yellow out. That's interesting. Oh, I must have drawn that in. Yeah, I did. I drew that in to get an extra colour in. Right, let's take my very fine, see how fine that is. Yeah. Here we go. So I want yellow. Let's use Daffodil Delight. Another bright. Although I actually think Lemon Lolly's brighter, but right, there's my yellow. And now I take my green. And then finally my blue. Okay, there we go. That's the blends done. So now I just need to fussy cut, but as I said, it's really quite straightforward. And some kind of straight lines. So I'm moving the scissors. Sorry, I always say that. I'm moving the paper, not the scissors, to get a better line. And I'm keeping a bit of a white edge. I pushed down a bit too hard there, which is why it's kind of a bit wider. Okay, and my paper is already coming out of the typewriter. So all we need to do is pop that on with some dimensionals. Now, what I've done with this is I have used wet glue at the bottom and then dimensionals. So it actually makes it look like it's sitting up. You know, like a typewriter was always like much thicker at the top than the bottom. So just need some dimensionals and then some wet glue. So one there, couple there, and then some wet glue at the bottom. And just do it so it's coming over the ribbon. Whoops, I'm going to need to use my adhesive cleaner on that in a minute. There we go. And then my sentiment, which is hidden. So again, when you're fussy cutting sentiments and then you don't have dies like the, what are they called? Charming Sentiments dies. What I do is I take a pencil, and now this is because it's kind of looking like typewritten, it's actually quite easy, it's just straight. One I did earlier had some real filigree font, and it's so much better to help you cut around it. I'm going to try and go straight. And then straight across the top. And then all I will do afterwards is just take an eraser. So I'm kind of trying to keep this straight. I know my pencil wasn't straight, but it's kind of showing me where I need to go. And I can just rub that bit out. And the same here. I'm going to keep it straight. Okay, and then I can just get my eraser. In fact, the one at the end of my pencil is really good. Just might need to go a bit closer too. Okay, and I just want some dimensionals. And pop that across the middle there. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. So that's card number 1. That is a little bit looking like brown, but that's okay. Right, that's card 1 done. I don't think I'm going to use the pebble path again. Right, okay, the next one, I'm using another in colour. Sorry, it's my husband. Right, so this is Starry Sky as a base, and I have cut the insert smaller. And this time I did remember to do my embossing. So I'm just going to pop the insert inside. I think that's 8.5 by 12.8. So it's a couple of centimetres smaller. And this is, again, it's half a piece of A4. So it's 29.6 by 10.5 and it's scored at 14.8. And then I've embossed in, now what is this called? Art, I can never remember what it's called. Art something. No, it's not. Painted. So I'm going to just pop that straight on. Now I'm going to use, because it's really got a lot of texture, I'm going to use the tear and tape again to make sure that it is really stuck on, because if you use just seal, wet glue would be okay, but obviously there's going to be gaps where it's not reaching. So okay, now just going to make sure that's really down. And then get all this done, and then we can have some fun with the heat embossing. Gosh, I'm warm now. Mind you, it's probably because I've got 3 lights on me. Okay, so, and it really doesn't matter which way up it goes, just make sure there's a slight, the back is slightly shorter to make it easier to open. So again, just a little surround. Okay, let's get some space. And I need my typewriter. And the paper I'm doing separately, and this time I'm using the one with the, like a folded down edge. Just get another block. Right. So what I'm doing this time is I'm going to stamp in white, and I'm going to use my white, I need to just make a bit of space, use my white embossing powder onto coloured cardstock. So I've got 3 pieces. I've already stamped my paper clip because they're so fiddly. I need to do my heart though. So that's Lemon Lime Twist, Starry Sky and Flirty Flamingo. And then obviously I want white paper for it. I'm assuming that's enough for, whoops. And that's enough for 3 bits. Hang on, let's have a look. 2. Need more white because I haven't, so there's a typewriter. No, that's not big enough for the typewriter. That's for the paper, so I just need a big bit for the, right, that'll get 1 typewriter. That's better. Get 3 typewriters out of that. So I'm just going to make a bit of space. And I need a little pot. I need my special tweezers and my embossing buddy. So I'm just going to do that on the paper. Okay. In fact, I'll do it on the white as well, and then that's all done. Okay, so let's do the typewriter first. Now, I wanted to show you, my white is a little dry. When you get this, it comes completely dry. And then you have to add your white ink to it. I think I might need to get a refill because I tried to do it earlier and it was really not coming out. But I'm going to show you a secret. You can either use a spoon when you've done it, or I've got some old room cards from like hotels. I don't know if it might have been cold. So what you want to do is get a lot of ink out, and I usually do it in a Z like that. And then, yeah, I think I need a new refill. There's not a lot coming out. And then what I do is I take my key card and I run it over. Now you can use a spoon if you haven't got something like this. It's just kind of easier, and it does make a bit of a mess. But if you've got some kitchen roll, and then you just wipe it off, and if you run it under the tap, it'll definitely come off. There we go. So that's done. So hopefully I'm going to have a bit more white on my ink pad now. So what I'm going to do is going to stamp the typewriter in onto 3 different bits of card in the white, but I'm going to do them one at a time because I need to get the embossing powder onto it. Let's get that open, ready. Okay. So this is my lemon lime twist. And then I'm going to get my white powder. Okay, right, take my heat gun, get my reverse tweezers. These are great. Now I emboss from behind because it gives you a smoother so I'll show you. I'll do this one from behind, and the next one I'll do from the front, and you should be able to see the difference. Just make sure I'm under the camera. And I love it when it just starts to go. Just starting now. It's amazing. Okay, another thing I just do is just touch it very gently, and if it's still tacky, it's not completely set. So I'm just going to go back and go over it. Right, that's my lemon lime twist one. Right, let's move on to Flirty Flamingo. And again, get the white over it quickly. Okay, now this time I have got a tiny little bit of white in the middle of the keyboard. Okay, this time I'm going to do it from the top, and we'll see if there's any difference. I mean, it might be the cardstock, but we'll see. see if it looks any different. It does set quicker when you do it from the front, but to me it kind of looks all a bit uneven. I'm just missing a tiny bit there. I didn't use my tweezers this time and my hands burning. Right, okay. So that one was doing it from the front and that one was doing it from the back. You may not be able to see, but to me, the one from the back looks much smoother. So I will do that on number 3, which is my Starry Sky. Now, I haven't cleaned it, so I'm hoping it's... that's okay. And then get the white powder on it. It's okay, I'll decant it later. I'm not going to do it live on video. Last time I did something, I threw gold everywhere. Right, where's my brush gone? Need a bit. It's just that top. I mustn't be pushing down on that top bit there. Okay. Now I'm going to close my white ink pad. I think that's why it dries up, because I'll leave it open. Okay, but that was definitely better than when I was doing it earlier. Oh, there's my brush. Okay. So just any stray little bits. We're going to be cutting it out, so it's not too not too much of a problem if it's around the edge. There's one tiny bit there. So I'm going to get that with the scissors. Okay, now this time I'm going to use the scissors, the tweezers. Okay, and we're going to do it from the bottom again, from underneath even. That's really smooth. Yeah, compared to, like, that's the Flirty Flamingo one. I don't actually think, I don't know if you can see them. To me, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it does look better. Okay, so that's that. I will decant that later. What I'm going to do is just clean my typewriter so it's not all white. I need to clean my chamois after this as well. Got lots of white ink everywhere. So. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is stamp in the colour ink. So I need Flirty Flamingo and Starry Sky. Just the pieces of paper. And then I will show you how I got it. So it looks getting a bit crowded around here. Right, so where's my white? There we go. Now I've got 2 like that and 1 with the other. So take my typewriter off. Put that one on there. Right, so the Starry Sky one is the square one. I'm stamping it right to the bottom of the paper, just so it'll make it easier for me to cut out. That's that one. Oh, I will need Starry Sky in a minute for my heart. Okay, so that's the only square one that I'm doing, and then the other two are lemon and lime. I'll turn that round. Lemon lime twist. Okay, and actually what am I doing? Oh, where's my heart? There we go. So I need a lemon lime twist heart stamped onto my piece of paper. And then I need to stamp a Starry Sky one separately. Whoops. Do that on this little bit here. It won't be so dark when it's dried. Okay, let's clean that. Okay, and last but not least, Flirty Flamingo. And a Flirty Flamingo heart. Okay, and now all we've got to do is some fussy cutting, which it shouldn't take long because I could have done a couple in advance, but I really wanted to show you the embossing. Still looks pink. I think I'm going to need to order some new chamois. They're getting a bit past their sell by date. I keep washing them, but I think they must get to a point where it's, you know, doesn't work. Right, okay. So now fussy cutting. So that's my heart. And I'm just literally going to leave a little bit of white because it's going to go on to white. You won't see the edge. You'll see what I mean when I put it on. Oh, I didn't stamp my sentiment, so I'm going to put high into that one, but we'll do that in a minute. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then this is where the paper clip will come in as well. And then that's my Flirty Flamingo page. And then we'll do the typewriters, which really won't take very long at all. Okay. So there's my 3 bits of paper. Yes. Okay, that's the Flirty Flamingo typewriter. And Lemon Lime Twist typewriter. Love this colour. I just thought it's a bit of fun, heat embossing in the white. Otherwise, you're sort of always embossing in colour, but I think the typewriter looks quite good. I think I saw it on Pinterest or something similar, unless it was in the catalogue. I can't honestly remember. It's a couple of weeks since I was doing the samples. Right, that's my lemon lime. So that's Lemon Lime Twist, Flirty Flamingo, and whoops, Starry Sky. To get rid of the excess cardstock, it makes it a lot easier. And then I've got a couple of others. One I cased directly from the catalogue, and it doesn't actually feature the typewriter at all, which I just thought was, just throw it out there. And the other one is an easel card. We're going to do an easel card in a minute, but this is with my take on it, and the other one is cased from an American demo, who I think is awesome. But I don't want to be just like copying her stuff. I want to have my own interpretation on it as well. But I will post it on my blog next week. Okay, so let's get all these little bits out of the way. Okay, so I've got my Lemon Lime Twist, my Starry Sky, and my Flirty Flamingo. Now what I did, I think, was I put the dimensionals to hold them in place, and I did the same thing. I glued the bottom down. Oh, I need to do that, but I'll do that in a minute. Oh, I didn't, it's just my door closing, must be a breeze. I didn't stamp my high. And I did that in Starry Sky. I'm just thinking I should have alternated the hearts, like done Lemon Lime Twist heart on the Starry Sky and so on, but too late now. That's just a quick hi. Okay, so now let's start putting it together. Oh, I think we're run over time. I think it's because I had problems with the embossing. It's going to be, the easel one won't take long. Right, so where's my dimensionals? Dimensionals. Okay, I'm going to use that. It's a bit of so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these ones down first. I'm just going to very gently put that over, and then I can fiddle around. Yeah, that's okay. And then just a bit of wet glue at the bottom. I'll change them around, put this on the other side. That's going there. I think I might just need a bit underneath the top of the paper, otherwise it's a bit floppy. Okay, that's that one. And then join these two up. And again, a bit of wet glue at the bottom. Okay, stick, 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 stick. Okay, that's that. And then the last one. I don't know where my dimensionals have gone. Who knows? That's crazy. There we go. A bit of wet glue on the bottom. And they should, those dimensionals should fit in between. They do. It's not quite straight, but okay. Right, and then I just need my heart. I'm not going to bother with the paper clip because it is so fiddly. You could just stamp that straight onto the heart. I'll just quickly cut the heart out. And show you. It is just fiddly. You've got to just do the bit to get it to go over the top of the as we're running so late. I want to get through the third card. And then just pop that on with a little bit of Tombow. So I have stamped the, oh my God, what is it called? Paper clip, but you have to cut. It is really fiddly. So I'm going to leave that for now and just pop my heart on there. But you can see on that one, I just literally cut it round it and then cut a bit and then just glued it on with wet glue. So there you go, that's card 2. I'm sorry that took so long, but that's because of the beautiful heat embossing. Okay, so card 3. Do I need my heart? No, I'm going to do a flower. So this is an easel card, and it's not terribly difficult, and I hopefully have got everything ready. Okay, right, so with this one, I've used, I'm not sure it's grey granite, I think it's smoky slate. It's 21 centimetres, scored in half at 10.5, and then scored in half again at 5.25, so get the easel. And then I've got various bits and pieces. So with the stitched circles, I've die cut the largest circle in lemon lime twist, and then the next one down in lemon lolly. I've got a piece of lemon lolly card, that's for my typewriter, and the paper is from the Bright and Beautiful. So on that one I've used the stripes, and this one I'm going to use the stars. Now where I've got my crease, let's just get my bone folder, make sure that's nice, and I'm just going to adhere my designer series paper to the bottom half. I actually will use seal. So I'm just going to lay it where I want my glue to go. And then I can line that up. Okay. Okay, so that's my easel. Now this is a bit of basic white to go inside, and this is the normal half, so 10 by 14.3. I'm just going to pop that inside. Now because it's an easel card, you then need to decorate the inside front bit as well. So in the stamp set you've got hello in circles. It's really clever. It's one stamp, but once you've stamped it you can then punch it out individually. So I just need to I'm going to carry on with the inside for now. So I've got my strip of lemon lolly. I did it shorter there, but and I've got my, I might just do that actually. It's nice. Okay, so I just need to pop some wet glue on that. And then the reverse of the stars is, I think it's Misty Moonlight, which I love. So I'm just going to put that on the Misty Moonlight side. And this is the 6x6 pack. I can't actually remember what it's called. It's called More Dazzle. So you get this goldy colour and then like I think it's a rose gold. Okay, now let's see if that's going to stick off the edge. Right, so just my champagne bit is yeah, I think it might be normal gold actually, because this is like champagne. Okay, and I'm going to pop some Tombow on there. And I'm leaving a little bit of a gap of the white. Love the blue. I'm a blues and greens girl. Okay, here we go. And then that is for my hello to go on. So that's I got a stamp. Right, that's for my hello. And then I need my typewriter, which I've done in smoky slate. it's discoloured this now. It does annoy me when they... I'm a bit OCD about my stamp sets. So Smoky Slate typewriter, just stamp straight onto the basic white. And then I'm going to stamp my piece of paper. Also in Smoky Slate, so that it's coming out of the typewriter. And then in Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going to stamp thank you. Oh, that's it. Right, I just need to clean this because I need all my stamps, all my blocks. Okay, there we go. And then I just need thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the other thing I'm going to do with this is get a bit of Post-it tape and just put this right on the top of the typewriter where the Smoky Slate finish is, and you can see the effect it has. So I'm going to stamp my thank you. Oh, that's the other thing, because it's a turned over corner, I'm going to hide my corner as well. So I'm just masking basically. Okay, here we go. So my first, I'm going to lose the T because the paper's folded over. And the second one is actually coming up out of the typewriter. So you can see I've actually, on both of those, I've actually stamped onto the little bit of masking tape. And when you take it off, so the top one looks like it's underneath the curled bit, and that's coming up out of the typewriter, and I love that. And I did see that from Erica Sew in America. So thanks, Erica, for that. Right, that's that. Now I just need to cut it out, put it all together. Oh, I've got to stamp my hello. Now, what colour did I do my hello in? Right, I did that in Pretty Peacock because there was Pretty Peacock in that. Because I've used, I think I'm going to use, actually, because I've got Starry Sky out, I would use Misty Moonlight, but I'm going to use Starry Sky. So I need to stamp my hello, and you will see what I mean by it all being. I just need to put these away because I'm going to lose them. And I need my flower as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where is my flower? Right, there's the flower. And I'm going to need a longer look for hello. So you can see it's all one stamp. Really clever. Now, because I'm going to do this in Starry Sky, actually, I'm going to do it in Misty because Starry Sky is so dark. Let's just grab my Misty. I'm pretty sure that's Misty Moonlight there. And then obviously we've got it there. So, come on. Hands, I need you to work. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of Versamark on first, and it hopefully will stop it staining too badly. And where's my bit of, there we are. Lovely jubbly. Right, so I'm going to punch those out with, now I've got to remember which I think it's, yes, 3/4 inch punch, which Stampin' Up doesn't carry anymore, but you can get them from any craft stores, hobby Craft will have it, or you can get it from Amazon, because it's just so much quicker than fussy cutting. Well, you can't really fussy cut. I can't fussy cut a circle anyway, so I really love that stamp. Yes, really. And it just looks like it's typewritten, so really a bit of fun. Okay, get some space here. I'm nearly done. Gosh, we're really truly overrun. Now I need my flour. What should I do? My flour in Flirty Flamingo. And that will be done. Now what I'm going to do is take my Stella. And the only reason I'm using the brush on this is because it's finished. I've refilled it a couple of times and it's just had it, so I've got a new one that someone gave me. Right, I'm just going to let that dry, and then I can be punching out the putting the front together and punching stuff out while we wait for that to dry. That goes over there. I'm trying to clear up after myself because then I won't end up in such a mess. So that's my flour. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this out. Getting rid of the excess card does make it a bit easier. Okay, so that's my typewriter and paper done. I need my circles. I need my strip. Now it's a bit narrower than the bit I had before. I felt like that was a bit too wide, and I need to cut that. I'm just going to hold it to the end because I won't be able to cut it once I've glued it down. Okay. So I'm going to glue that with wet glue across the middle. So right where the crease is on the card, the score line even. I just need that to dry in a minute. Okay. I've got somewhere, it's going to go further back than that, but that's okay. Right, I'm going to glue my, I've just got wet glue in front of me, so I'll just use, I glue my lemon lolly circle, stylish shapes circle, to my lemon lime. Oh no, lemon lime twist circle. Oh, I'm definitely having one of those days today. Goodness me. Now I've got wet glue everywhere. Right, let's get that off, and then I can use my glue eraser when it's dry. There we go. Oh dear, I think it's I'm worrying about my brother, and I'm worrying about my husband, because he came up and said he was feeling nauseous, which is not like him at all. So right, now I just did put that on flat, so let's see if I can be careful. I've got a big bit of glue there. I need to be careful of that. Right, and then that's going in the middle. Okay, here we go. We'll need some more Tombow in a minute. Let's get my glue eraser, because I'm going to put something on there and it's going to be a nightmare. You get these from Amazon. We did used to carry them, but we don't anymore, so Amazon's the next best place. Right, then my typewriter, again, gonna have it. I want to show the lemon lolly dimensionals. That's just a spare bit, so I'm going to use that. And then my Tombow along the bottom. And I want the lemon lolly to show. Okay. And I've got my flower and my ribbon. I mean, I've done a lot of fussy cutting with these projects, but you could stamp, you could stamp straight onto, you could make that a rectangle instead of circle and stamp straight onto it, and then you wouldn't need to do the fussy cutting. But I enjoy fussy cutting. It's obviously taken a bit of time on today's class with an hour and 20, so I'm really overrunning today. But then hopefully you can just fast forward if you're making them want to watch the replay. Next week's I'm doing bird's eye view. Love that set. I love that as much as I love the one we did last week, the pencils. Right, so I just need a little dimensional for that one. And I'm just going to pop that on the top of my bit of paper. And need a gem for that. I did have some, oh, that's in the wrong place. Yeah, some iridescent gemstones. And that can just go, and then it takes the colour of the whatever you've got there, so that's good. Right, that's that. Now, hello. So I've got my 3/4 inch punch. So what's the next one down? 1/2 inch is probably too small. 1/2 inch. Yeah, 1/2 inch is just, I'll show you. So 1/2 inch, you will just get the block. With 3/4, you will get the surround. So I'm going to do it with the surround. There we go. So I haven't done my ribbon yet. So I've got my piece of yellow. I'm just going to get my dimensionals. And 1 dimensional should be enough for each one. Yeah, perfect. That's the larger ones, not the teeny tiny ones. which, by the way, last for, well, they last me forever. Right, okay, so HELLO. Okay. So I'm just going to leave a little edge. Okay, and I'm just going to try and cut this straight. And then that's going to go butting up to the edge there. And then that becomes my stopper for the easel card. And last but not least, my lemon lime twist ribbon. And I'm going to do a nice big bow. Famous last words. This is part of a double pack with the Petal Pink in the annual catalogue. Okay, that is a little bit too big. Okay. Not using my ribbon scissors. Okay, and then we'll just pop that on with a glue dot, a rolled up glue dot. Right on the edge of my champagne. And there you go, that's card 3. So I apologise about the length of time. I should have had those, more of the typewriters cut out. So that's card 3. Card 2. And the easiest one of all, card 1. So don't forget, if you purchase £27 or more in my online store by Tuesday at midnight, that's the 22nd, you will get everything from the class to go for 3, to make enough to make 2 each of these cards, so 6 cards. Thank you for watching. I apologise for taking so long, and I will be back next week with Bird's Eye View. I can't wait. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.